TYT Sports, everybody. Ben Mankewicz here. This is both the most repulsive and greatest story of the week. I hesitate to cover it, and I wasn't going to cover it yesterday because I don't care who photographs Jerry Jones with whom in what circumstance. But then we learned the story behind those photos, and then it became incredibly funny. So Jerry Jones, there was released on Twitter photos of, I guess, what appears to be, pretty clearly to be Jerry Jones with women in revealing positions, apparently in a bathroom somewhere. I don't know. If it were a player like this, some people would make a big deal that the pictures like this are demeaning to the NFL and blah, 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 blah. Don't care, wouldn't care about that, don't care if it's Jerry Jones. So the picture is obviously not good for Jerry Jones, but now we know something of how the story started. And they were first put on the internet. This is from Deadspin. I'm going to quote wildly from Deadspin, who did a great job with this piece. Tom Lay wrote it. So all credit to Tom Lay here. So they were first put on the internet by a man named Frank Hoover. Frank Hoover, who says they were taken by people looking to set Jerry Jones up in an extortion plot. So that's already interesting. The people were trying to extort money from Jerry Jones. Obviously, don't pay, but nonetheless. So people are trying to extort money. Here's the thing about Hoover, according to Deadspin's Tom Lay. Hoover thinks that he is the son of God. Not a big deal. The quote I'm going to read is fairly long, but man, is it worth it. So, because this shows you just how crazy he is. So, the scam and where he met the guy who I guess he alleges is involved in the setup, he says that he met him through a Apple TV scam. He also introduced, so he's talking about when the he was using here is that Hoover says he met a guy named Kevion Hickman in February of 2011, and he had a nickname called 24K. So here's what Frank Hoover says. He, meaning Hickman, 24K, introduced me to an Apple TV that had been bought on eBay. The device had special software on it allowing for unlimited live, on-demand, and sports programming. The software version was titled Eden, and Apple is the one mentioned in the Bible in the Garden of Eden. I improved the software, and the value of the $99 Apple TVs went from $200 on the street to more than $750 per unit. For drug dealers, pimps, or anyone else, this was way more profitable and less risky. I couldn't build units fast enough, and as the cash flowed, the money began to disappear. I eventually removed myself from the business, losing around $20,000 to skimming by 24K. So that's his big success story, but 24K skimmed off the top. Now, if you could follow that, good on you. But it gets even worse because this guy is apparently into numbers. And again, reading from Deadspin, here's where Hoover stops making any sense at all. On March 14th, 1992, Pi Day for the only mathematical constant in the universe, I began writing a series of short stories and poems about the future, one of which is published in the National Library of Poetry titled The Game. I never really understood what they meant or why I wrote them. I stopped writing in 1993, and they were placed in a Target bag with the words, "Do not throw away." I discovered them in the summer of 2013, buried in a box in my basement in Wichita. Well, they hadn't been thrown away. Today, I understand their purpose as a sign from God telling me who I am. On 3/14/2013, 22 years to the day, 21 years to the day, but okay, my odometer hit 98,888 near your building, Mr. Cathern. I've taped and shared these videos on Twitter. The images of you, Jerry, have never been shared and never will be. Well, okay. At least we've figured out that story.